What's up guys, it's Iceman here. This episode of Marvel Content Champions is going to be on the top 5 best defensive Alliance War defenders. That sounded weird. And top 5 best offensive Alliance War, how would you say it? Champions. Basically, top 5 defensive champions, and then top 5 champions that you would like to take, that you should take in to fight. So let's get right into it. So the first category that we're going to be going on is defensive. So the first champion I want to pull out from right here is going to be a, I don't know as a 4-star, but a Nightcrawler. Oops, no. I don't want to sell him. But a Nightcrawler. The reason for me choosing a Nightcrawler as one of the best, or one of the top 5 defensive champions for Alliance War placement is because Nightcrawler is just a champion that you would like to defend, especially that a lot of people don't know exactly how to deal with him. Not a lot of people know that you can get rid of his evade by having him block for a certain amount of time, and just not a lot of people know how to deal with him. Like at first, when I first encountered him, I had no clue how to use basically go against him. And honestly, he's one of the hardest champions in my opinion to fight, especially with all that the bamf and the evade and the cruelty, and especially if he hits you, he does a lot of damage. I mean, he does a lot. And honestly, like, you do not want to be getting hit by that champion whatsoever. And he's one of the most, I think he should be, and Mordo, they're both one of the most used or useful champions for Alliance War defense. In my opinion, I think that a lot of people use him for Alliance War defense, and I don't blame them, because this champion is just purely super good. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm trying to find real quick a champion that has Nightcrawler. I know Yeeto S has him. I'm just gonna check his name. Oh, it's Yeet. Wow. Okay. So now let's search up his name, just so I can show you guys exactly. Especially if they don't have, how would you say it, parry or dexterity, then you're gonna die. There's no way you're gonna be able to defeat not a Nightcrawler just like that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be practically impossible. You would have to be like the Analyzer or Seaton to do so. And I mean, he's just a really hard champion. Of course, I know how to fight him already because I've dealt with him before. See, watch. So when he's blocking, he has that little timer, if you guys have noticed it already. I don't think a lot of you guys. See, watch. He got that one hit, and it's, watch, let's let him hit you. See, like, off for like 4-5 hits. He's already drained me of like 10k health. I mean, how is that possible? Exactly. And then his SP1 causes evade, so it just makes everything so much worse, honestly. And I just want to say right now, please subscribe if you guys are to subscribe. As soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, there's a video that I already have posted up not too long ago. You guys will be able to find it. I'll put the link in the description down below. But the video is basically explaining that I'm going to be giving 4 separate Pop Funkos to 4 separate people. And it's going to be Star-Lord, Nightcrawler, no, not Nightcrawler, Star-Lord, Spider-Man Homecoming, Vulture, and Gwenpool. Those 4 champions, and you are most likely one of them to receive that Pop Funko. So I just want to say, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to tell people to subscribe, especially if they'll end up giving you the Pop Funko if they end up getting it. So just make sure to do so, and all you guys have to do is in the video and the information, but I'm going to explain it right here just to be nice. You guys have to leave a like on this video, any videos, honestly, any videos, any future videos. Comment down below your guys' favorite Marvel champion, and basically your answer. Just make sure that you're subscribed though, and make sure you guys leave a like, because I can check if you guys are subscribed. So just please subscribe, get me to that 1k, so then I could do that giveaway as soon as possible. Alright, so now we're moving on to the second champion. The second champion is going to have to be a Mordo. Now, the reasoning for me choosing a Mordo, actually, I'm going to do an Awakened Mordo. Sorry about that. Here he is. Okay, so Mordo, he has Astral Evade, which if you guys don't know what that is yet, so whenever you guys stun him for any reason, and you guys go to hit him, if you guys have never ever noticed, where he does this little thing where he like sends a ray of like energy or his magic towards the floor, and it hits you, and then it starts to degen you. So basically, it's just you have to learn how to intercept with Mordo, which a lot of people do not know how to do, and a lot of people do not know how to fight Mordo. You have to really try at him and just try not to get hit, because he's a hard hitter. Especially he'll keep his block on, and he will not let you get to him. And even if you try to block his break, I think he already has automatic resist, which basically means when you try to use a heavy attack to break his block, it won't work. It will not work. You will not be able to get through. You'll get lucky sometimes, but honestly, for me, it doesn't work. Okay, and then by conjuring a magical barrier, Mortal gains 451 energy resistance while he remains blocking. So that's why I think whenever you try to break his block, it doesn't work, because it says resist. So he basically already has his own type of armor to resist you guys trying to break his block. And yeah, so let's go up against him just to show you guys what I'm talking about and why he's such a good champion. You honestly have to know how to intercept with him. So yeah, he's one of the best champions honestly in the game. His PI is one of the highest, I think in the top 20 if I believe. And one of the best champions to face him honestly would have to be Quake. Quake is a beast, especially when she's awakened. So watch, when you parry and you go like that, he sends that magic down. See, watch, he parried me. The Mystic Barrier is just a beast. And then he gets that power gain. I forgot to explain that too. The power gain, if you don't get a block in there and stop that power gain, or have him use his special moves, then honestly, you're just about dead. You're not going to be able to get through to him, and it's just not going to work, and you're going to end up dying, and then your life member's going to get mad because you don't know how to fight a Mordo. The good thing is that with Quake, that you can use this, and then it stuns him, but right at the last second before the stun runs out, or the parry, whatever, that's when you want to go, but then he already... Oh, I thought he was going to die because of the thing. Never mind. And then Quake, of course, automatically evades. So now let's move on to the third champion, which would have to be Dormammu. So Dormammu is a very great champion. The way he moves, he has very strong... Like, he has a very strong look. He has a very... The way he moves, basically, it's very fast, especially for being a humongous champion. And the things that he has to use, like, how'd you say it, his special moves, the power drain, the power lock, I think the power gain, he also heals if you know how to use him correctly. He, like, sometimes it's very hard to even parry him, and if he gets that move where he hits you like that, nope. And this move, the SP2, is one of the hardest moves to evade, in my opinion. So he's just a very difficult champion. Everything about him is just amazing. He's a beast. He doesn't get poisoned, I believe. He doesn't bleed. He's a very hard hitter. He'll come at you and you won't even see it. What else is there about him? What else? Info. Soul Leech. Dormammu uses opponent's power as a link to reach deep within their soul. Each time a buff expires on his opponent, Dormammu has up to 100% chance to degenerate them for 491 direct damage. So he does also do degeneration, especially when a debuff expires, or a buff, I mean. Over 10 seconds, the chance of his ability triggering increases the longer it's been since it was last triggered. So he just honestly destroys any champion that tries to go against him. And then his power drain, you do not want to get hit by him because he's a very hard hitter, and especially if he hits you with the open palm, he power drains, which just really kills your mood. And he's a very difficult champion, in my opinion. Like, I've learned how to fight him, but I can't go a full fight in Alliance Quest without winning him. Like, I have, but he hasn't had full health though. So that's the thing. So yeah, but I'm just saying he's a very difficult champion. And let's move on to the fourth champion. These are not in order. I'll say exactly the order right now. That's in my opinion, so don't judge. So, Iceman. Iceman, ever since he came out, I thought he was going to be underrated. I thought he was going to suck. But he's just an amazing champion. He's very difficult to fight, in my opinion. Iceman harnesses his pyrokinesis to chill the air around him to freezing temperatures. This causes his opponent to start the fight with a cold snap active, dealing 231 energy damage over 12 seconds and preventing them from evading attacks. Additionally, Iceman can reform his ice armor 3 seconds faster. So, the way this guy works is... So let me just show you guys. I really don't know exactly how to explain it. But, first of all, when he starts off, you really can't stun him. Like, you stun him, but then he shrugs it off right away. The reasoning for that being is because of his ice armor. It basically protects him from anything. And then he can't bleed also at the same time. And then you get cold snap on you, which honestly really sucks. And then whenever he punches you, let's say like there's like extra, and then once he uses that, okay, it's like 191, all the cold snap, everything, it's just degenning you, and after that, like, the ice armor, you're gonna have to try him twice, but by then, you're already gonna be dying by 2,000 bleed, or damage, whatever you would like to call it, ice damage, dying of freaking too much ice, I don't know, something like that, dying of freezing temperatures, honestly. He's just an amazing champion in my opinion. He's a good champion to use for Alliance War or anything, and he's a good champion to put as defense especially. Now let's move on to our last defensive champion, which would have to be Magic. Magic, the reasoning for me choosing her is because overall from all the other champions, she's a very difficult champion to fight. Her special moves activate this buff that's called Limbo, or yeah, it would be a buff basically. And what the Limbo does is that whenever you punch her, she regenerates as soon as her buff runs out of time. She regenerates any amount of damage that you do to her. So that's really good. Plus, she's making you degen. Plus, if you put her on the right node is a node? I don't know, I can't think right now. But if you put her on the right spot, if you have her with Thorns or Power Gain or anything, she's just gonna destroy. She does unbelievable damage, honestly. Her damage output is so amazing. Like, it's at 951 as a rank 4, but that does not matter. That does not keep her back from totally demolishing, power locking, power steal. She nullifies any of your buffs. So honestly, this champion, if you ever go up against her, you want to make sure that you don't die because of her Limbo, and you die as an amazing champion trying to defeat her. But yeah, this champion, I use her in my Alliance War defense, and she honestly usually almost wins. I really want to get her to rank 5 so she can do more damage, especially with Limbo, and just overall damage for me, because she's just an amazing champion in my opinion. Her health isn't too high, but plus with the Limbo and everything, it's amazing. But there is a little bug right now. I think it's only with the SP1. Like, right before she gets her SP1, you're going to want to parry her or stun her, and then you're punching her. So when she gains her full 1 bar, she's still stunned. And it supposedly, like, it's happened to me before. Like, I actually do that. It actually does work, but I feel as if it sometimes hasn't worked for me. But what it does is that it doesn't let her... Sorry, it doesn't let her activate her Limbo, which is really good in my opinion. Fighting her, but for the person that put her in, not so much. Okay, so that's about it for the defense. Gotta hurry it up a little bit because this video is gonna take like 40 minutes. No, not 40 minutes, like more like 40 hours, like 4 hours just to post. Alright, so our next champion, our first champion for... Okay, first let's rank the defensive champions. So first, I'm gonna say it's gonna have to be... I have to say Mordo, honestly, because Nightcrawler I can deal with, in my opinion. I can deal with him, but Mordo, he gets me so pissed sometimes because I just can't get a hit on him, and then he just comes right back at you and he hits you, and he gets all that power gain, and then he uses SP3, and then he just demolishes you. Honestly, if you put him on the right node too, or node, He just honestly destroys. And then it would have to go to Nightcrawler, then Iceman, then Dormammu, then Magic, in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree, but that's in my opinion. Alright, so now let's move on to for attack or your offensive lineup. So first of all, in my opinion, let's go with Star-Lord. I haven't ranked them yet, honestly. Star-Lord, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have to know that Star-Lord is a beast, especially for being the only champion that's basically eligible to destroy in Labyrinth of Legends. Okay, so that's not even much explaining to do. He, as blows are exchanged, Star-Lord familiarizes with opponent's techniques, increasing attack by 552% for each hit of the combo meter to maximum of 400 hits. Star-Lord gains 77 block proficiency for every hit of his opponent's combo meter. So basically what it's saying is that the higher your combo is, the higher damage output you're going to be doing. Like I remember with Red Hulk, I was doing like 20k when I would use SP2 sometimes, and then once I was like at 150 hits, he was doing like 49k, 60k. It's Star-Lord is an amazing champion for having no superpowers. Like I know with the new movie and everything, like oh he has superpowers, but guess what? In this timeline for Marvel Contest Champions, he has no powers. Okay, he's just a total beast. I don't know how, but he just is. And yeah, next, let's move on to Gwenpool. Gwenpool is an amazing champion as well because her damage output is very high. Not as high as Star-Lord, of course, but her bleed damage is the thing that just totally demolishes the other champion. That's what makes her one of the best skill champions, like, overall, better than Daredevil, OG Daredevil, in my opinion, Daredevil Classic, whatever you like to call them. She is an amazing champion. She's pulled me out of so much little, how would you say it, little situations that I've had, and her bleed damage, it just stacks and stacks and stacks. And if you ever awaken her plot armor, what it basically does is that you take less damage from the champion. So okay, let's say for example Star-Lord got his SP2 and he used it on you, okay, and before she was awakened she got 40k hit damage on her, okay, and now let's say she's awakened. Now that damage output would drop to 30k, maybe even less, most likely a little more. But basically what it does is that the higher signature ability, the higher chance or the higher percentage of the amount that she's not going to do to you. So she'll only, or I mean, the other champion will only do 50%, the 100% of the SP2 or SP1 or SP3 or any hits. No, it's only special moves. So instead of doing 100k, it'll only be doing like 50k if it's 50% less. So I think that's really good, especially if you end up messing up and they end up using an SP or a special move on you basically, and you almost end up dying, but that plot armor is going to really help you out in the long run, in my opinion. So now let's move on to Thor. Now, I know Thor is kind of underrated in my opinion for a lot of people. I still like playing with Thor better than I like Hyperion, but Thor, his fury and his direct damage, it just, it demolishes, it destroys. I use that word way too much in this video, honestly, but he obliterates any champion, especially when he stuns. You get that armor break, you use that heavy attack or that block break, and he just does so much damage output. His SP1, his SP2, oh my gosh, he's just an amazing champion in my opinion. Doing that stun, doing the extra damage with the fury, I think he's better than he ever was. He's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, he's just very good, honestly. I know I'm not going to talk about him that much, but let's move on to Hyperion. So, I do like Hyperion. And the reason for that is, or the reason that he's one of the best cosmic champions, or the best in a lot of people's opinions, is because of his fury. It stacks up, and one hit does like 4k up to 10k damage, even more, I don't know. And not even using a special move. Like, his fury stacks up, his stun is really good, his incinerate I don't really know about his incinerate, but his armor break plus his fury, His damage output is amazing. It's more than Thor, I believe. And he's just basically at the top of the leaderboard for Cosmic Champions. He's just... You guys would be lucky if you guys were to get this champion, because honestly, his SP2 demolishes. I don't like using the SP1, it doesn't do too much damage, but his SP2 and SP3, especially when you stack those Furies, damn, I mean, it obliterates, it destroys, it evaporates any champion, in my opinion. Now, the last champion would have to be Wolverine. And the reasoning for me saying that, or reason, I don't even know if reasoning is a word. I think it is, but his bleed damage, his output for bleed is amazing. Like, it stacks and stacks and stacks. And so does his regen. Well, it only stacks up to 3 or 2, I believe. But his regen is a very large amount. Plus, like, all his hitting, his SPs, they do a crazy amount of damage. His bleed damage and his special moves and his regeneration overall just makes him one of the best mutant champions in the game. And, damn, he's just amazing. I mean, I didn't like him at first, but the more I started to use him, the more I realized how special this champion is, how much he could help you out, especially with that regen and bleed damage. He's just really good in my opinion. So now we're gonna rank the champions. So first of all, it would have to be... I like Gwenpool, honestly. I think Gwenpool is one of the best champions in my opinion. Gwenpool would have to go first, and then it would have to be Star-Lord, Thor, Wolverine, and Hyperion. Now, I know that you guys are going to say, oh, Hyperion should be first or second, but this is my opinion, okay? I respect your guys' opinions, but you guys at least should respect my opinion. I think Hyperion is at the last of the leaderboard for Alliance War offense, like your lineup for attack. I think he's at the bottom of the leaderboard in my opinion, because we're the top 5 bottom of the leaderboard, not overall out of all champions, of course. But yeah, that's my order. Whatever, I don't care what you guys think, but that's mine. I'm gonna respect your guys' opinions. You guys can comment down below whatever you guys want, but that's about it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you guys aren't already subscribed, and leave a like if you guys enjoyed. And remember about that giveaway. Just gonna explain it right now real quick. I posted a video not too long ago. I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below. It's about these 4 Pop Funkos: Gwenpool, Star-Lord, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Vulture, that I'm going to be giving away to separate people. It's not going to be the same person. Not one person can get 2, 3, or 4. It's only going to be 1. But all you guys have to do is leave a like, make sure you guys are subscribed, and comment down below your guys' favorite Marvel champion. And as soon as I get to 1,000 subs, I'm going to be doing a video on choosing the 4 lucky people to get those Pop Funkos. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and peace out, and have a great day, and yeah.